What if I told you that the guy driving a 10-year-old Camry and brown bagging his lunch to work has a net worth of $4 million? Not hypothetically. This is statistically the most common profile of an American millionaire. And if you're out here trying to build real wealth by looking wealthy, you are playing the wrong game entirely. Here's the thing most people miss. We've been sold this idea that money is for spending, that success looks like a lease on a BMW and a $3,500 rent check. But the actual data tells a completely different story. According to The Millionaire Next Door, a landmark study by Thomas Stanley and William Danko, the majority of American millionaires are first-generation wealthy, live in average neighborhoods, and their number one budgeting strategy is living well below their means. Not a little below, way below. So let's talk about what that actually looks like in practice, because this isn't about being miserable. It's about being strategic. First, the car thing is real, and it matters more than almost any other decision you'll make. The average new car payment in the US is now over $700 a month, according to Edmunds. A frugal millionaire drives a 2 to 4-year-old certified pre-owned vehicle, paid in cash or financed at under 4% if rates allow, and they keep it for 10 years. That's potentially $700 a month, redirected into a brokerage account. At historical S&P 500 average returns, which have been roughly 10% annually before inflation according to Morningstar's long-term index data, that's a genuinely life-changing number over a decade. Second, they own their home, but it's almost never the most expensive home they could afford. The old rule was spend 28% of gross income on housing. Frugal millionaires are routinely at 15% or less. That gap, that spread between what the bank will approve you for and what you actually spend, that's your wealth engine. Third, they use rewards credit cards like a business tool. Cards like the Fidelity Rewards Visa or the Citi Double Cash have no annual fee and return 2% cash back on everything. They pay the balance in full every single month, no exceptions, and they funnel that cash back directly into index funds. It's not glamorous, it's just free money. Fourth, they are obsessive about fees. A 1% expense ratio on a mutual fund versus 0.03% on a Vanguard or Fidelity Total Market Index fund sounds like nothing. On a $500,000 portfolio over 30 years, that difference compounds to hundreds of thousands of dollars according to SEC fee calculation guidelines. Frugal millionaires read the fine print. Fifth, they don't lifestyle inflate with every raise. This is maybe the most powerful habit of all. When income goes up, spending stays flat or grows slowly, and the delta goes straight into tax-advantaged accounts. Max your 401k, max your Roth IRA at $7,000 a year if you're under 50 per current IRS limits, and then keep going into a taxable brokerage. The frugal millionaire's income goes up. Their lifestyle barely moves. And sixth, they find identity in their balance sheet, not their stuff. This sounds soft, but it's actually the foundation everything else is built on. If your self-worth is tied to what you drive or wear, every raise will be eaten alive by spending creep. The shift happens when growing your net worth becomes more satisfying than buying things. Here's your one action today. Pull up your last 90 days of bank and credit card statements. Add up every single recurring subscription and every restaurant charge. I promise you will find at least $200 a month that surprises you. Redirect that $200 into a Fidelity or Vanguard account invested in a total market index fund. That's it. That's the first move.